Today, we are talking about why life keeps kicking your ass and what it's trying to teach you. We'll zero in on relationships because that's what this podcast is about. In other words, why do you have relationship challenges? And can you get out of this simplistic mindset that you just want the pain to go away? The warrior, which is you, hopefully, is willing to embrace pain and discomfort to get what they want. And high performers will do this in their business. They'll do this in the gym. But for some reason, they get a little wobbly when it comes to their marriage. And today we're going to talk about that. So I want to introduce a concept called, from Ken Wilber, levels and lines of development. You got to think of life as kind of a game, right? And when you get good at something, you're moving up levels of a game. You get good at football or golf or business, you ascend. You get more skill acquisition. You start understanding how the thing works, and it increases your self-confidence. You start getting more successful, and you're like, oh my gosh, I am doing this. So it feels really good from the inside to master a skill or get good at something. And in that way, you're developing, right? There's no way to skip steps at getting good at golf or getting good at business. You can't just push a button and skip a bunch of the learning and headaches and frustration to get to a good place. You just can't do that. Granted, some people start farther ahead because they have an inheritance or whatever, a bunch of funding, or they're a white guy or whatever. But to get good at anything, you can't skip the learning and the developing. And so that is, in Ken Wilber's model, you're developing and deepening and ascending in vertical development, that line of development. And let's just call it business. So let's say you're good at business, you're good at making money, you've developed that line and you've moved up levels, right? When you then go home to your wife and you can't figure her out and you can't seem to get to a good place, and there's not enough synergy and love and connection and good vibes and sex and all the things, you are at a lower level of development. And you have yet to apply yourself the way you did in business, or let's say with the gym, getting stronger. You haven't applied yourself yet. Maybe you've gone to therapy, maybe you've done a little coaching, and maybe you've even listened to some relationship podcasts like this. Cool. But that even doesn't develop it. Developing it is you changing your behavior and changing your actions, right? So I like to also think of this as life kicking our ass into learning something, right? Have you noticed that you will repeat patterns, like relationship patterns, until you get them? And when you repeat relationship patterns, let's say you are a people pleaser, and for 10, 15 years, you were married to a woman who kind of railroaded you, or you felt steamrolled, and you just didn't have a voice because you kept trying to avoid conflict and be a pleaser and make her happy. Well, if you don't learn how to not do that and do it differently, and that relationship is now over, and you move into the next relationship a couple years later and you start a brand new relationship, at first it'll feel good, but then eventually it'll get challenging again. And your development, you have left off wherever your development will start, wherever you left off in your last relationship, okay? Which is frustrating, I know, but it seems to be the deal. Your development is horizontal. You actually haven't gone up in your vertical development. You've stayed at the horizontal development. You've just kind of gone sideways into a new relationship. And I try to educate people about this because when they don't see it this way, they repeat patterns. The way to get out of patterns is to focus on vertical development. And you actually changing your behavior, changing your nervous system, changing how you respond to conflict, changing your listening skills, changing your boundaries, expressing your voice in a way that's caring but firm. All kinds of things will help you develop into the next level of that line in development, okay? Around relationships, let's say. So you've got to apply yourself, and life will kick your ass, meaning it will keep serving up to you the exact challenge that you need to overcome. So it could be with your mother, it could be with your ex-wife, it could be with your current girlfriend, it could be with your current wife, it could be with one of your kids. And it's easy to spot where you need to do the work by where you are in the most pain, all right? So if you didn't learn how to use your voice in your last relationship, that's an area that is clear you need to develop vertically, right? And that will earn you a better relationship outcome, more connectedness, we're more of a team, etc. Right? Especially if you choose someone who's willing to also do developmental work, not horizontal hanging out. If you're someone who, let's say you had a voice and you were always expressing yourself and your opinion and getting really annoyed by your wife's emotions and getting defensive when she got emotional and feeling attacked and like made wrong and you felt like you could never get it right, is that your wife or is that you? Well, right, in my work, we're focusing on what we can control, which is you, unless we're doing couples work. So what you need to develop there is to become less defensive, increase your emotional capacity, increase your relational capacity, increase your capacity to handle her feelings and your own. And that's developmental. That's vertical work. You've got to do that so that you can have a better marriage. And your wife will thank you later. She'll be like, wow, you're really working on this. I see you trying. Thanks for the effort. That is what you want. You do not want horizontal hanging out where you just try to change her so that you don't have to develop. That is lazy. It's not warriorship, and it's victim mentality where you blame your wife or someone else for the outcomes you're getting. What makes relationships harder in a lot of ways than working out at the gym or even making money is making money and going to the gym are solo projects. Of course, making money does involve a team if you hire a bunch of people, but successful guys can kind of muscle that and figure out how to make money, and they don't have to get the collaborative cooperation of a partner. Same with going to the gym. You don't have to get in shape. It doesn't take two of you to get in shape. It just takes one of you, right? So we're social mammals, which is what makes relationships harder than health or finances in terms of developmental work, because it's shared. You're developing along with someone who's nodding their head in agreement saying, yeah, I want to develop also. Let's be a better team together. Wow. I take responsibility for my part in a fight. You take responsibility for your part in a fight, and we become stronger and better as a team. Whereas the weights, I can not include my wife in the gym and I can get very fit without her help. I can go to work and make a lot of money without her help. She can be cheering me on, but she doesn't have to lift a finger unless she's my business partner. Then we're in a different conversation. You would never go into business with someone and sign on 50-50 for doing the work to grow a company with someone who sat on their ass, invested no time and energy, and made you do all the work. You wouldn't do that. That would be asinine. That would be really dumb, right? But people do this all the time in a marriage for some reason. They find themselves with someone who doesn't want to do shit to make the marriage work. How's that going to work? Okay, those people are in magical thinking I can get an outcome by doing no developmental vertical work. I can get good at golf by never swinging a club and going to the driving range. I can get good at snowboarding by watching YouTube videos. I can get good at cooking by never going to the kitchen and doing anything. And just somehow I hire that out and I somehow call myself a good cook and I get to eat the meal. No, it doesn't work that way. Sadly, too many people think this way around relationships. They get a lot of guys especially get very entitled. Why is it so hard? Why is she so emotional? What is the problem? I can never get it right here. If you're that kind of guy, you're missing the mark because your focus is on her, not yourself. The only thing you can control is your own developmental work, and then you can invite her along to do the developmental work together. All right? So life will continue to kick your ass royally in the relationship department until you surrender and get on board with the developmental path that is required to be successful together. So you can kick and scream, you can blame someone else, you can blame yourself even, but none of that's going to work. And you can want to skip steps. I get it. Sometimes it's hard. I don't want to. Oh, this is so uncomfortable. But I'm in the marriage I'm in because I'm doing developmental work all the time and for the rest of my life. I was emotionally stunted in my 20s, thanks to my childhood and what I went through then. And so I had zero capacity for a woman's emotions. So I had to learn that. I would not be married right now. My wife would have no interest in being with me if I didn't know how to be with my own emotions and hers. And it's still hard for me at times, sure, but it's gotten way easier than where I was because I've done vertical developmental work, right? So this is one last comment on the levels and lines thing. You can be highly developed spiritually Like I was coaching this billionaire guy who was really into meditation, and his marriage was a mess. So I'm like, bro, you got to do developmental work in your marriage in the same way that you've done it in your spiritual practice. And so he's got a very deep spiritual meditation practice, right? Which is why you'll see many spiritual teachers who get a big following and become gurus. And everybody's like, ooh, drinking the Kool-Aid, like, wow, I want to get the transmission of this deep spiritual teacher. But meanwhile, the spiritual teacher is sleeping with their students or stealing money from the organization they founded. That person, that spiritual teacher, is spiritual bypassing and not doing developmental work in the relationship department. If they did, they wouldn't act out that way, right? This is why you can have very successful billionaires who are like children in their marriages and they can't even stay married, right? They don't know how to do the work. They don't know what to focus on. They just want to blame. They want a woman that's easy. Okay. So if you don't want to do developmental work, don't get married. Stay single, fuck around, and go live your life. But if you want partnership and you want a family, which is what I stand for, and you want to learn how to do that well, you must develop your vertical line around relationships over and over and over again. Good news, bad news, right? Okay, thanks for listening. Hopefully this was useful in some way, and just trust that you will be initiated into something challenging in the relationship department. Why? So that you can develop and learn the lessons and move on to the next challenge. Not because life's mean or someone hates you or God's out to get you or something, but because every challenge that enters your life is for your development, should you choose to participate. Or you can suffer more and make it a lot harder by resisting, complaining, and blaming. Your choice.